gravity-making event. So, introduction to the physics of perfect birthing, but you see what this has to do with perfect deathing. The ability to distribute your charge after death. Korotkov measured this process. We have this whole article on this with the pictures, goldenmean.info/immortality, about what happens at death. So Korotkov is measuring, the number of hours after death it takes your aura to leave your body and where it goes, when, and why. Your aura, your plasma, your ghost goes to the point of charge, implosion, compression in order to find distribution. And that's called saving your soul, embedding in the collective memory. And what do you see at the moment of death? You see something called the Clouvet form constants, K-L-U-V-E-R, Clouvet form constants. And you can see the pictures at the link, goldenmean.info/immortality. Basically, the Clouvet form constants are the sequence of geometries always seen consistently by near-death experiences and LSD experiencers and a few others. And why do you always see this sequence of geometries in that sequence? Lattice, cobweb, tunnel, spiral. And then it starts over. The reason you see that, it's the sequence of braid operations in your DNA creating charge implosion called phase conjugation, which allows charge to be imploded and embedded into perfected distribution, which is how you get into the collective memory. So that's why there is a map to dying, and it's the braid sequence of your DNA, because your memories have to be imploded and then distributed, which is literally phase conjugated. They have to do non-destructive compression, which is exactly why you see your whole life rush before your eyes just at the moment of death. You're experimenting with the compression, which is why if you do that every night before bed, you close your eyes and you relive, you play the recording of your day until you don't have to interrupt, which means you've processed all the memories, which means you've phase conjugated them, which means you've distilled from each experience only that which was perfectly shareable, and the rest you let go. Let go and let God? No, let go and phase conjugate. So when you get so good at encountering every experience in life by merely asking life, what is the collective unconscious learning from this? If you approach each experience in life like that, suddenly you never store an unshareable wave. And biology only invented death to gently persuade us to stop trying to store waves which are unshareable. That's the reason biology invented death. Because if you think pure principle at every moment, which is to say you're focused on pure charge distribution, every moment is simply essence. You're looking at life from the point of view of the eyes of the collective unconscious. Every time you do that, your hair stands up. You attract charge. So if every moment all your thoughts are focused on pure principle, that means you're always attracting charge. And you know what happens when you always attract charge? This is a test question. What happens when you always attract charge is you never die. And this is, if ever there was a Christ principle, Christos, a perfectly shareable wave, that's it. Is this an apology for Christianity? No. This is an apologia for the physics of what it is to crystallize, to crystallize, which is how to get a wave that's shareable. So let's apply that to plasma and bioactive fields. So you see that the hygiene for designing successful birth and death for individuals and for collective species. Look, our collective species is probably going to have some kind of collective near-death experience. It's coming. How can you have virtually every single successful movie these days is about some great post-cataclysmic whatever? Obviously, the collective unconscious is focused on collective near-death experiences. Why? We are doing Groundhog Day with collective death experience. Why? Well, if you get it right, then you don't have to do it again. So let's get it right. Let's understand what it takes for a collective memory to go through death. It's very simple. And the physics is clearly teachable, and it has to do with designing a phase conscious.